This is the Great New York Foodathon, a star-studded special to benefit City Harvest, with appearances by Christy Brinkley, Ann Burrell, Katie Couric, Gavin DeGraw, Jennifer Esposito, Bobby Flay, Jim Gaffigan, Whoopi Goldberg, Juliana Margulies, Debbie Mazar, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Dr. Oz, Neil Patrick Harris, Rachel Ray, Michael Strahan, Buddy Velastro, Rosanna Scotto, Wendy Williams, and more. Plus, special performances by Kevin Bacon and John Legend. And now your host, Jeffrey Zakarian.
Good evening. City Harvest is New York City's private response to hunger and the largest food rescue organization. And tonight, we're joining together to help them feed the growing numbers of New Yorkers in need right now. You can help too. Give at cityharvest.org, or you can donate $25 by texting FEED NYC to 20222. As part of their overall incredible $10 million commitment to City Harvest, XTX Markets, a leading electronic market maker, is generously matching all Food-A-Thon gifts made through Sunday, April 19th, doubling the impact of every donation up to $2.5 million. Well done. Here to perform a special song he wrote just for tonight, please welcome the ever-charming Kevin Bacon.
You know, a month ago I sometimes would complain. Taking pictures with a fan is just a pain. I got tired of the signings, but if I look for silver linings, there's one thing that I'd like to explain. No one wants a selfie anymore. No one wants a selfie anymore. We'd rather stay healthy than get a picture with a star. So no one wants a selfie anymore. Well, I went out to get some stuff to sanitize me. Everyone just kept on walking by me. They went around my car and they stayed 6 feet apart. I had my mask and my gloves on to disguise me. But no one wants a selfie anymore. No one wants a selfie anymore. No one can find toilet paper at the local store, so no one wants a selfie anymore. Truth is, I miss those selfie days, taking pictures with the tourists on the subways, closing up the social distance in a photo coexistence. Selfies were a small, small price to pay, but no one wants a selfie anymore. Everybody. No one wants a selfie anymore. There's nobody here. We can just get through this. I'll take selfies by the scope. I mean, I'll take a selfie with you, with your cousin, with your kids, with your dog. You can make dumb 6 degrees jokes. You can mistake me for Kevin Costner. It's fine. No one wants a selfie anymore. Cityharvest.org, people.
New York families are struggling now more than ever to put food on their families' tables. My friends at City Harvest have been on the front lines helping ensure that every family that needs food gets fed. I've been a proud supporter of their organization for many years now, but now we need your help more than ever. Please visit cityharvest.org to learn what you can do to help so many families in need.
Hey everybody, I'm Rachel Ray, and I'm in my home in upstate New York. I'm a New Yorker, the whole state. I work in New York City, and I grew up here in the Adirondack Mountains. You know what I know about New Yorkers? We're tough, and we're strong, and we're always gonna come back. Whether it's in the country or in the city, we'll be together again soon. For now, I've got a BLD. That's what I call a meal you can make with not a lot of stress, not a lot of muss or fuss for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I'm gonna do upside down tamale pie. You could serve right out of the skillet. Let's check it out. So this is quick cooking polenta. It cooks in just 3 minutes. You're gonna whisk it up, and literally in 3 minutes, right in this little frying pan, it will thicken, and this is gonna be our tamale base. A little black pepper, and here goes a little bit of smoked paprika or paprika to highlight the flavor and balance it against the sweetness of the corn. It's already thick and delicious. Now, in this pan, I'm browning not meat. I'm browning impossible. And in the pan, I've got a little onion and hot or sweet pepper. I used jalapeno, onion, and garlic. You can use sweet peppers if you want this to be a milder dish. Brown that, now we have to spice it up. My spices are a little sprinkle of chili powder. Chili powder is a blend unless it says specifically on the package which chili they browned. So a sprinkle of that. A sprinkle of ground cumin and coriander and oregano. It's a great time to use up all of the spices we have in our pantry, right? Tiny bit of oregano, equal amounts of cumin and coriander, a little chili powder. Now we're gonna stir this together and add a splash of water to it so the spices can toast up and then soak into the meat or plant-based meat. Instead of poaching an egg, we're gonna cook an egg in butter and steam the top of the egg. So our thickened polenta or grits, this was quick cooking polenta with a little bit of corn, butter, and black pepper, pimenton, which is smoked sweet paprika or paprika. And now we're gonna top that with our Impossible or our ground sirloin. It's spiced up with cumin, coriander, chili powder, and a little oregano, salt and pepper, of course. Has onion, garlic, and jalapeno in it. Now we're going to add some cheese. This is a blend of pepper jack and a little mild cheddar, and we're gonna melt this. Okay, we melted our cheese. Let's see how your eggs are doing. Those good for you?
Looking pretty delicious.
So this would normally feed 2 people. John eats more than most people. So we're gonna try and pull those little rings off. I dropped a little butter in there. See how great that is? Just an alternative to making poached eggs. It's a very gentle, it's a kinder, gentler fried egg that you can do to any doneness. And then we're gonna spoon over our cherry tomato pico. There you go. Brunch, lunch, or dinner is served.
Hi, it's Lynn Miranda. You know City Harvest. You know that for 38 years it's been providing meals and food for millions of New Yorkers, and now this is its greatest test. In times of crisis, we New Yorkers step up to help each other, and this time is no different. City Harvest urgently needs your support to keep their trucks on the road, rescuing and delivering food for our neighbors. City Harvest is New York's largest food rescue organization. It's helping to feed the nearly 1.2 million New Yorkers who are struggling to put meals on their tables. I know everyone's hurting, so help in whatever way you can. Thanks.
Steve Sharippa here. I hope everyone's safe out there and hanging in there. These are tough times, my friend, but I want you to please support City Harvest, who does incredible work for people that need food around the city. We need to keep our trucks on the road. So they said, do you do a magic trick? Can you sing? Can you entertain? The only thing I know how to do is eat. So I figured let me show you what's in my refrigerator and let's see how they compare. All right, here we go. Always have Manhattan Special Coffee Soda. We got pasta sauce, Uncle Steve's, superside. We got mozzarella, chicken cutlets, chicken parm from Faico's, leftover pizza from the other night, Justino's. My wife has me drink every day celery juice, and I do it for her. Obviously, my wife eats healthy. There's green stuff. No good for me. It would shock my body. We got hummus. We got eggs, of course. Some wonderful rice balls from Faico's Deli. We got a little fruit. avocado. Always got to have ravioli on hand. And that's pretty much it. I hope I entertain you with my terrible eating habits. Please support City Harvest. Really, please donate what you can and support them. They do incredible work. And I've been involved with them for a while. And hang in there, my friends. Stay safe. And maybe you come over and have dinner one time with me.
The first thing I am going to do when we get back to our real lives, and we will get back to our real lives, is I'm going to walk. I'm going to walk everywhere. I'm going to walk from the east side to the west side, from the East Village to the West Village, down to the Lower East Side, through Soho, down to Tribeca, go down to the Financial District. Then I'm going to walk all the way up to 208th Street. I'm not going to take the train this time. I'm going to walk up. I'm going to walk across. I'm going to walk everywhere. And everywhere I go, I'm going to say hello to my fellow New Yorker. We're going to get through this.
I don't have a New York story. I have a million New York stories. The people of this city speak my story. This is my city.
You imagine what New York is going to be like when you're a kid. At least I did. I had all these images, but nothing prepared me for that first view. As you're coming down the LIE and suddenly you see New York right before your eyes. I swear, every time I hear Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue.
For us upstate guys, New York City is a really intimidating metropolis. It's the kind of place you see on postcards or in the movies, and that's about it. But if you got a dream, it's where you have to be.
You are my one and only. When boyfriends would break up with me, I'd run back to New York. When I wouldn't get a job, I'd run back to New York. When something amazing happens, I would go to New York.
It is a city full of life, full of people, full of energy, and full of people that care.
The very thing we most love about our city, bringing people together, having really good contact, having audiences and performers, has been interrupted. But we're going to get back. We always do.
It's hard for me to believe that, and there's no music or ballet or opera or Broadway happening in New York, but it will end and all these great artists will be back.
I'm reminded, as I'm thinking about these difficult times, of what my idol, Mr. Rogers, would say. You got to look for the helpers out there. There are people out there who want to make a difference, who are inspirational and who have the positivity that we all need. And we need to share their wisdom. And you be the leader who does just that.
New Yorkers don't lay down. New Yorkers don't give up. New Yorkers fight back. New York City, I love you. I'm with you.
We're right in the middle of the Great New York Foodathon, and I'd like to say a special shout out to JP Morgan Chase, who stepped up immediately to help put this show on with one phone call, may I add. Thank you so much from the entire City Harvest family. And when called upon, no community rallies around a crisis quite like the food community. And you can help too. Let's dish out the love to our fellow New Yorkers. Donate at cityharvest.org or give $25 by texting FEED NYC to 20222 and help feed one New York City family for an entire month. Later on in the show, we've got an incredible special performance from John Legend that you're not going to want to miss. But right now, let's hear from an avid City Harvest supporter, a real New Yorker, and a dear friend for over 30 years, Chef Bobby Flay. Bobby, what are you making us tonight? I'm hungry.
Okay, I'm gonna make a very, very simple salmon dish that you can make at home. Lots of flavor. Salmon has its own natural fat, good fat, and so it has lots of moisture to it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a spice rub. Coriander, paprika, cumin, maybe some chili powder, a little bit of allspice, and I just put like a little bit of brown sugar just to kind of bring it all together, and actually it helps to caramelize the salmon in the pan on the crust, makes it really nice. So I'm gonna take a salmon fillet and a little salt and pepper right on top, and we're just gonna put this on one side. So I have my spice rub here that I put together from all those spices and the brown sugar. Just kind of like one layer, just rub it in there. And I'm gonna use a little bit of canola oil. You wanna use like a nice light oil, canola, could be peanut oil, vegetable oil, anything along those lines. Something nice and light. Good sizzle. And then we're just gonna put it on one side because we want to taste the salmon itself. And a little salt and pepper on this side. Salmon's in the pan. The pan is doing its job. The spices are becoming one coherent crust. And then we'll flip it over and we'll finish it on the other side. Okay. Spatula. Turn it over. You can see that's exactly how you want it to look. Nice and crusty, just kind of golden brown on the outside. You get a good contrast of texture because of the spice rub. I can't leave well enough alone. A couple of things I just found in my pantry. I found some honey, I found some mustard, and I found some mint. So it's like equal parts Dijon mustard and some honey, a little salt and pepper, and then I have some fresh mint here. If you don't have mint, don't worry about it. You can use things like, if you want to use some fresh herbs and you don't have mint or you don't like mint, you can use thyme, you can use some basil, parsley, anything like that works, even oregano. We're just gonna mix this up. Put the glaze right on top of the salmon. Here we go. There it is. Spice rubbed salmon with a honey mustard and mint glaze. Stay smart and stay safe, everybody.
Hey guys, I'm Giada De Laurentiis, and today I'm gonna make my favorite New York cocktail, my quarantine Manhattan. So we just need 3 ingredients and some ice. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with some ice and 2 ounces of rye whiskey, which is my favorite. And we've got the 2 right there. Then we're gonna add half an ounce of vermouth and half an ounce of Amaro. A nice Italian bitters. Helps the whole cocktail just go down smoothly. Then we give it a nice little stir. All right, shake it around a little bit. And it gets nice and cold. And then a little bit more ice. Then we just pour our cocktail right in there. And then I add a little twist of lemon. Just put it right in there. And cheers to my quarantine Manhattan. If you want to help feed New Yorkers in need, then go to cityharvest.org and donate. Ching ching.
If there's any place that could pick itself up and get through this, it is New York.
I was born and raised in this city in Manhattan, and New Yorkers are just resilient and authentic, and we're all a part of this. And New Yorkers and New York really cares for everyone.
We stick together. Every night at 7 o'clock, we go outside and we cheer for our medical workers. And you can just feel the love on the streets.
Every night at 7, I open this window with my kids and scream my heart out cheering for all the healthcare workers, and we're echoed by the chorus of thousands of neighbors, and nothing could feel better or more supportive.
Sometimes a wave is a whole conversation.
The city has always been my inspiration. From the subways and the buses, our iconic yellow cabs, the people in the streets, all played such an important role in our brand. The world is New York. So let's help City Harvest feed New Yorkers in need, especially now. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Giving you some cooking tips during quarantine. Now, what I'd like to make today is a thing I call toast. Now, what you're gonna need to make the toast is a thing called bread. Now, you can get this by having your wife order some bread or going to the grocery store and getting bread. Come on over here. Now, we're raising money for City Harvest, but also it means that we can have an opportunity to learn. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the pieces of bread, let's hold them delicately, all right? We don't want them to smush. Come on in here. I like to put them in there like that, and then there like that, and then remember, use this finger, press down, and I'd crank it all the way up to there because we want toast, not warm bread. Let's get cooking. Now, a lot of people wonder, they're like, Jim, you're such a good cook. You're so much better than Zakarian or Rachel Ray or Bobby Flay. Why are you better? Some of it is people are born with gifts, but some of it is the science behind what I do, how I cook, how I move my hands, and I also say, let's get cooking. So, you don't even have to watch this. It'll be automated where it'll come up unless it gets stuck. Sometimes I'll stick a knife in there and try and jab it out of there, and my wife freaks out, and I'm like, settle down. Anyway, now what I like to do is you can put different things on your toast. I like to put butter. Now, it looks like there's not a lot of butter here. So what I would recommend is getting more butter. And obviously when you're done with the butter, you replace the butter, but I won't. I'll have my wife do that later on. So, we need a knife, or you can use your finger, to spread the butter. So why don't we go and see if we can get a knife, huh? This is called a knife. I think there's different types of knives, but I just call them knives. So what we're gonna do over here is we're gonna get something I call a plate. So this is a plate. I just have different plates. I don't know where this one came from, but I call this my toast plate. Let's get cooking. What I like to do is I like to check. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going, toast? See, that's not enough. See, like, if you can't see the toasted part of the toast, it's not toast. It's just warm bread. Let's get cooking. Let's get cooking. Look at that. And I'll tell you something. You know what? I call it my New York toast because it's made in New York and we're raising money for New York City Harvest. That should be good enough. Again, you can use a knife to get it, but you might die. You know, sticking a knife in, some people are like, don't do that, you'll get electrocuted, but life is about risk. You know what I mean? Risk. Cooking is about risk. What I like to do is I like to spread the butter evenly. So every bite you get a little taste of butter. A little taste of butter. And then let that sit, not too long. The British people, they like their toast cold. You want to eat the toast warm. If you don't eat the toast warm, you're a weirdo.
We've been in quarantine for about a month now, and it's really changed my dad.
Let's get cooking.
He said he wanted to help out with his breakfast and dinner, so my mom was super relieved with that, but it's gotten to the point where he thinks he's a real chef, and he keeps saying, let's get cooking.
Let's get cooking. Let's get cooking. Let's get cooking. Let's get cooking. Looks like we've got a couple customers. Come on, let's see how they feel about my toast. Well, good morning. Here's your toast. Bon appetit. Let's get cooking. Here's your plate. What do you guys think of that toast?
It's really good.
It's better than Bobby Flay's, right?
I don't know who that guy is, but
I know, I don't either. Rachel Ray's overrated, right?
who's her?
Yeah. Let's get cooking.
It's not even good toast.
And here is your toast. Bon appetit. Let's get cooking.
May I please have some peanut butter?
For what?
The toast.
I've never been so insulted.
I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who has worked so hard over these last few weeks. Sure. It's been a remarkable thing to be a part of, to witness, but the spirit of New York, when times are tough, the New Yorkers rise to the occasion every single time. We're incredibly proud to be a part of your first city, and now it's our first city. And thanks so much for watching.
Thank you. Stay strong, New York.
I wanted to say I know it's tough times right now,
But I just want to say thank you to all of the healthcare workers who are on the front lines, everybody who's contributing. If you're contributing, thank you, thank you, thank you for all that you are doing. And I just want to tell everyone else, just hang in there. You just got to keep pushing. And I know it seems monotonous and all these things and crazy to sit at home, but you're saving lives. You're saving not only other people's lives, you could be saving your own and the lives of your family. So just want to encourage you to hang in there, connect, reset, do whatever you do. You can better yourself in this time. And I think we're all going to be better at the end of it when we all come out of it, because this is one of the toughest things we've all ever been through, and something I don't think any of us have ever seen. And I think we just got to show resilience and hang in there together. In one word, New York is unbreakable.
Me and my son were in the search for the most amazing chocolate chip cookie ever. And this is probably 2 months straight, every single night, making chocolate chip cookies until we got this recipe.
So we got our butter going in, unsalted.
The salt is actually going to bring out the butter flavor. It's been about 10 and a half, 11 minutes. And that's when I start to look at them. Okay, that's done. These guys are done. So I'm just going to move them while they're warm to another, it could be pan, could be dish, whatever you want, so that they stop cooking. I promise. How beautifully baked they are on the bottom, nice and thin on top. That's a good cookie. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you enjoyed the cookies. Jeffrey, you're the man for setting us up. City Harvest, you guys are the best. Please donate, help out, and New York strong. We're gonna get through this.
Buddy, Isaac Mizrahi here, coming to you from quarantine, glamorous quarantine. First of all, right, if City Harvest ever needed you, it's now, okay? And so give money to City Harvest. Give money. My other advice is go upstairs, take a shower, because quarantine doesn't have to mean you're a big schlub, okay? Put on something nice. I happen to be wearing a little glitter blazer, did you notice? My other advice is do not cut your own hair. Do not cut your spouse's hair, unless you happen to be a hairdresser, okay?
And look, y'all, we're gonna get through this. I know it, because we are New York tough. Soon this is gonna be all over, and we will all be able to go out and get our hair cut and dyed again. My God, I look like an old man.
Hi, I'm Katie Lee. I've lived in New York the better part of the last 16 years, and this evening I'm toasting New York with a mocktail because I'm expecting, so no booze for me. Heck of a time to not be able to have a cocktail. So I'm going to make for you kind of a mashup between a mule and a mojito. I'm using ginger beer, lime, mint, and cucumber. So I guess we could call it a ginger mule mojito. There we go. And while we're at it, say hi to my cameraman, my husband, Ryan Beagle. So first up, I've got some thinly sliced cucumber that I'm gonna put into the bottom of my glass. And then I had some kind of sad looking mint in my refrigerator, so I thought this is a good way to use it up. And I'm just gonna put that in the glass as well. I've got some lime. So juice of half of a lime goes right in there. Now, normally in a cocktail like a mule or a mojito, there would be a simple syrup, but you don't really need that because the ginger beer is sweet enough on its own. And just kind of press around the glass to release all the flavor of the cucumber and the mint. And now I'm gonna add some ginger beer. I like how peppery ginger beer is, but you could also use ginger ale. You could use a lemon lime soda to change it up, whatever you have. Add some ice. Give it a little stir. It's got that spice from the ginger, minty fresh and cool as a cucumber. It's delicious.
Please consider donating to cityharvest.org. There are so many hungry New Yorkers out there. They're doing great work and they need it more than ever. Cheers.
Hi, I'm
Hello,
Debbie
everybody.
Mazar.
I am Gabriel Corcos.
I'm a native New Yorker.
I'm Florentine, but we're together in Brooklyn in quarantine.
Yes, and we are going through it. I had COVID, and I was really proud. My neighbors stepped up. People delivered me groceries. My husband's been taking great care of me. We love City Harvest, and please, everybody, just make your donations and.
And do your part. And you know what your part is? Stay home.
Yes,
Stay home. Mwah.
New York es mi casa. I will always consider it my home. And I wanted to share a little bit of my poetry with y'all. New York is thunderous. New York is Herculean. New York is prodigious. Ayo, New Yorkers, from the boroughs to the island to upstate, we've been through it all. High stakes to low stakes. Have some faith. Let's harvest food and let it not go to waste. We have it all, from the best water to a blue cup of coffee and bodegas so spicy. Don't forget the school pizza parties. Stay home for now. Let's protect our sanity, our health, and our body. At the same time, let's help those in need. Help City Harvest feed fellow New Yorkers. Come on, everybody. For more information or for a donation, visit cityharvest.org. I love your NYC, and once this is over, we're gonna have the only block party.
We are doing grilled cheese sandwiches, Croque Monsieur in French, and I am going to use smoked salmon because Le Bernardin is a seafood restaurant. Sandra, are you using?
I'm using salami because I like salami.
Salami. So we will have basically a surf and turf. Smoked salmon and salami, grilled cheese sandwiches. That's what we're going to do. It's no competition here. So we're starting with a piece of cheese on a toast. Simple, right? Mm-hmm. And then I guess I'm using the smoked salmon that I have and putting it on top of the toast. Sandra, you have the salami, yes?
Yes.
That's what you are doing?
I think I need more cheese.
You're going to have some cheese for the,
I like a lot
for the
of
top.
cheese.
Yes, of course. I love smoked salmon, Croque Monsieur.
Mm-hmm.
And we serve it sometimes at Le Bernardin as well, actually. So, well, I have a bit too much. This one is for me.
Okay,
Piece of cheese.
I'm ready.
And
I'm
then
ready to decorate.
I top it with the other piece of the bread. And I press it well, so it's going to stick together. Like that. And Sandra and I are supposed to share the broche.
Paint.
It looks like it's not happening, but thank you very much. And let's go like that. We have some medium heat going on and some pans on top of it. And then...
Hotter? Hot?
Well, we're gonna make it hot. Like that.
Look at the
That's
magic touch. It's not listening to me.
And the sandwich is going in a pan with the butter first. Butter side first. And you hear the noise? Oh, give me the camera.
See?
I don't see anything. Oh, it's good. You hear it? You see it's like making some nice noise. And it's crunchy. Look at that. Ah. Yes. Maybe 30 seconds. And then we're ready to have the surf and turf. And this is what we did in 3 minutes. Salami, smoked salmon, surf and turf, grilled cheese sandwich.
Mine's better.
Croque Monsieur.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Clinton. I've lived in New York City for more than 15 years and I'm so proud and grateful that New York City is my home. One of the reasons I'm especially proud is because of City Harvest. Working with City Harvest has been such an important part of my life in New York City over the last many years, and I have so many deeply treasured memories of my time with City Harvest, especially the night right before Thanksgiving, when as a new mom, after Charlotte, our oldest, was born, I was on the 2 a.m. shift. I was probably the only person that was used to being up at 2 a.m. In between feeding Charlotte, pumping for her, worrying about her, kind of staring at her on the baby monitor. So I took some of that energy and spent it with City Harvest, and it was such an amazing evening, and thankfully one of many. So thank you to everyone who is supporting City Harvest tonight and over the days, weeks, months, and years ahead.
When this is done, when we are back, the first thing I am going to do is go to the theater. And I invite you all to come with me.
Right now, it is so easy to lend your fellow New Yorker a real helping hand. You can donate at cityharvest.org or give $25 by texting Feed NYC to 20222 and help feed one New York City family for an entire month. It is just that easy. Later on in the show, we've got a really moving performance by our friend John Legend. You want to be sure to stick around for that one. Now, it's no secret that restaurants have been hit hard by COVID-19. As any chef and restaurant owner can tell you, feeding people is our life. It's in our blood, which is why shutting down all of our businesses has been devastating. Now, it's a feeling my dear friend, Fox 5's Rosanna Scotto and family know all too well.
Hi, I'm Rosanna Scotto. You may know me from anchoring Good Day New York, but for the last 26 years, my family and I have been pouring our hearts and souls into our family restaurant, Fresco by Scotto in Midtown Manhattan.
My children and I worked and practically lived at Fresco by Scotto restaurant, and we loved every minute of it.
For 26 years, my family, along with my wonderful staff, have been taking care of customers like they're part of our family. And then one day, literally in a snap, it's all closed. I hear you, I feel you. Thank you, City Harvest. Since 1982, taking care of the needy and especially our seniors.
This pandemic has been devastating to our staff and our customers, but we are coming together with City Harvest and the vital service that they provide during this difficult time.
Thank you, City Harvest, for providing comfort to our neighbors. We are in this together.
Hey guys, I'm Daphne Oz, and I'm going to show you a quick recipe for skirt steak with charred broccoli, goat cheese, and some almonds. Just something quick. Hopefully you have most of these ingredients in your pantry or your fridge or your freezer. Starting with skirt steak, the basis of our meal. I'm using about a pound of that. You can obviously make it for one, for two, for however many you're feeding. I'm going to do a really quick spice rub. I've got oregano, coriander, some chili, some paprika, some cumin, and some garlic salt. I'm just going to mix these all together. And that's just a quick spice rub. You can obviously doctor that up however you like it. If you don't want it spicy or you want it spicier, you could use cayenne instead of paprika. You can take the chili out, kind of play around with whatever dried spices you have in there. I'm going to take a little bit of olive oil. You might hear my children having school in the background. Okay, so I dropped the heat down to medium because the pan got really hot, and now it's cooking itself away nicely. I am going to add, you can see how nice and like that out. Getting that beautiful, crisp golden brown char there. I'm going to go another minute or so there. I have our raisins, which are just a nice tender consistency there. I'm going to toss these almonds in as well that we cut up. And those are all going to go in with the broccoli for the final 5 minutes or so that we can cook. I want that liquid to steam off quickly so you don't risk ruining the lovely texture of this broccoli. That's okay, I'm going to pull this first batch of steak off and just let it start to rest. So what we're looking for is medium rare. That's actually rare. That's pretty pretty good for my dad. That's what he likes to see, and my husband. This one's probably gonna be more on the medium side. Throw down your gorgeous steak. That scattering of fresh scallions right on top. I have this goat cheese, which is just gonna be a nice, cooling, creamy dollop to go with grilled skirt steak, charred broccoli with raisins and almonds, little bits of goat cheese. Dinner's ready.
Hi, I'm Rob Thomas, and I'm a New Yorker. My first time here years ago, I stepped off the plane and I knew for a fact that this is where I was going to live for the rest of my life. I even went in the middle of Times Square. I started singing Girls Just Want to Have Fun at the top of my lungs, and I looked around when I was done and I realized that nobody cared, and I knew that I had found my spot. And then years after that, 21 years ago, in fact, I met this beautiful Latin girl who was born and raised in New York. So the two of us, when I got off the road, moved downtown. We lived in Soho, and I would spend my entire time walking around downtown writing a record and thinking about the sounds of the city and the feeling of the city and letting it guide me and letting it tell me what to write. But even then I would come back and I would talk about being a New Yorker, and my wife would explain to me that I was just someone who lived in New York. I wasn't a New Yorker yet, and I didn't get it. Now 21 years has passed, and I feel this sense of community when I come into the city that's like nowhere else in the world. And I travel the world, and everywhere I go, I don't just feel like an American traveling abroad. I feel like a New Yorker traveling abroad, and it's a sense of pride and a sense of honor. So I've become very, very proud, almost annoyingly so, of being a New Yorker.
Another description of New York that I love is by Quentin Crisp. He used to live in the East Village, and he, like me, was a person from Britain who came to New York and fell in love with it. And he once said, in his funny voice, "Los Angeles is New York lying down." And I think that's great. And that's also why I want to be in New York. I don't want to be lying down.
Some folks like to get away, take a holiday from the neighborhood. Hop a flight to Miami Beach or to Hollywood. I'm taking a Greyhound on the Hudson River line. I'm in a New York state of mind. I love you, New York.
Hi, I'm Chef Ann Burrell, and I am sheltering upstate in my little hometown of Cazenovia. But what I can say is I miss New York City. New York City, to me, is home. New Yorkers are just the best, and in crisis times like this, New Yorkers all come together, and I just love that. So in honor of that, I'm gonna make a little cocktail. Ooh! You always think there's brighter times ahead. This is the Chef Ann Sparkler. It's an Aperol Spritz, so we're just putting a splash of Aperol in the bottom of there, on the rocks, topping it with Prosecco. Yes, look at that. Doesn't that look beautiful and delicious? And we're gonna finish it up by topping it off with a little lemon twist. Here's to you, City Harvest. Here's to you, my hometown of New York City. Help City Harvest, help New Yorkers. Go here, donate to cityharvest.org. Thank you, cheers.
I love New York. We stick together, we stand strong, and sometimes we're tough on each other. But when the going gets tough, it seems like we have each other's back. The hunger pains my heart. That's why I love City Harvest. I've been involved with them for many, many years. cityharvest.org, that's where you can go, donate, find out about them. They are a wonderful organization. They do for New York for those who can't seem to do for themselves yet. They build our city to be better. cityharvest.org.
It's really, truly a crisis. There's a lot of anxiety, a lot of panic, a lot of trauma.
justifiably so. We all have to do our part, and being a New Yorker means being a fighter, being a survivor. It means really being in the fight every day, and by being apart right now, we're coming together and trying to get through this, and we will get through this, and we will be stronger, and we all have to come together as City Harvest does to help their fellow New Yorkers and really to help feed the hungry. So big kiss to you and to all my fellow New Yorkers.
I'm Katie Croque.
I'm John Muller.
And we're making meatloaf.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons why I wanted to make this recipe is I've been watching Little Fires Everywhere. And Kerry Washington, who plays Mia in the show, it's really good with Reese Witherspoon, makes meatloaf with Ritz crackers. And I was like, that sounds good. It sounds very 70s. So I found a recipe that is by this website called Pip and Ebby, P&E, and it got a lot of stars on the website. So let's do it. Let's get after it, Mo.
So we've never made this before?
No, we haven't.
It's not like an old family recipe?
No, it's not. So that's okay. All right, so pour the meat mixture into the prepared pan. Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. Okay, combine 2 pounds of ground beef, in our case 3, 1 cup, a little more, crushed Ritz crackers. We did 2 eggs because, as I told you, we're doing 1.5 of the recipe. So we do that, hold on. 1 cup of milk. Whoa, that's a lot of milk. Ooh. And how much ketchup? 1/2 cup of ketchup.
Is this sriracha ketchup or ketchup?
This is sriracha ketchup. We like a little kick. See? Look at that. Thank you, Mo. And then basically we mix finely chopped onions, salt and pepper and garlic powder, and that's it. And you mix everything with your hands until it's thoroughly combined.
Do you want to do it or you want me to do it?
I'll do it unless you want to do it. So you just toss this with your hands until it's thoroughly combined. And then it says pour it into this and spread evenly. Hold on.
That's good. Save
Hold on 2
something out.
seconds, I will. Here, let's spread it out a little better. So you have to put the pans on a rimmed baking sheet because sometimes they bubble over and you don't want your oven to get super dirty.
Okay.
So here you go, Mo. Look, hi, Meatloaf.
Hi, Meatloaf. Okay. Now, 1 hour and 15 minutes.
So to make this glaze, which sounds really interesting and different, apricot preserves, ketchup, brown sugar, and Worcestershire. You basically combine all these ingredients, and they say put aside. That's a lot of sauce, you guys. I'm not sure about this. Anyway, about when there's 45 minutes left for the meatloaf to cook, you put this glaze on top. And here is our meatloaf, everyone.
Looks good.
I hope so. So help City Harvest feed New Yorkers in need, especially now, everyone. Donate to
cityharvest.org.
And thank you, Bill Konisberg, and thank you, Jeff Zakarian, for inviting us on your show.
Thank you, Chef Jeffrey. Thank you, Katie.
What's up, everybody? Chef Marcus Sampson here. For my entire family here in Harlem, I just want to say thank you to City Harvest and the entire City Harvest family, to all the chefs, to all the first responders, to the drivers, to the people picking up the food, and everyone. This is the toughest time that we as a city, we as a community, as a nation have probably gone through in a very, very long time. The City Harvest is more relevant and important than ever.
The great thing about City Harvest, it's a perfect example about New Yorkers taking care of New Yorkers. And right now, in these times of need, City Harvest is doing that, taking care of our fellow New Yorkers.
What you guys do year-round is just nothing short of formidable, but especially I think during this very difficult time, my heart is with you. And yeah, I can't wait to be back in New York soon.
I think New York has been one of the places in this world that's been hit the hardest, but we also have an amazing ability to shine and become incredible examples of hope, of kindness, of generosity.
I love this city because it was built by the hands and hearts of can-do people from all over the world. And it will find its way back through the great courage and devotion of our first responders and the medical staff on the front lines. This is what we do in this city. We band together, we build community, and we come back stronger.
I love it here so much because you could be whoever you are, and there is no shame, there is no judgment. You can be exactly the person you are inside.
It's my favorite city in the world. I love the people there, I love the architecture, I love the culture, I love the subway, except for maybe when it's flooded. I love everything about New York. One of my favorite things that I've gotten to do there is just getting to film there as an actor. It's a constant reminder to me of how many of my dreams have come true in New York. I've gotten to film outside restaurants where I worked as a waiter. I've gotten to film outside hotels where I worked as a bellman. But more importantly, it's a chance for me creatively to give back to a city that has given me so much as an artist and as a person.
The fact that there are so many people here from all around the world, yet we're all this one big family who support each other and cheer each other on.
No New Yorker should go hungry amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Please help City Harvest fill their trucks with nutritious food by donating at cityharvest.org. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, New York. Here's why I support City Harvest and why I think you should too. They are a life-changing organization. They are New York's largest food rescue organization, helping to feed the nearly 1.2 million New Yorkers who are struggling to keep meals on their tables. Join me in helping City Harvest feed New Yorkers in need, especially now. Please donate at cityharvest.org.
The support and outpouring of love we are seeing from every corner of this city and all the 5 boroughs is truly remarkable. And from a true New Yorker of over 40 years, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. So let's keep helping and feed our city's children and families right now if you already haven't. Donate at cityharvest.org or give $25 by texting FEED NYC to the number 20222. Now, as part of their overall $10 million commitment to City Harvest, XTX Markets, a leading electronic market maker, is generously matching all Food-A-Thon gifts made through April 19th, which is Sunday. This is doubling the impact of every donation up to $2.5 million. Thank you, that is just incredible. Now, we're not done yet. We have a very special performance of a song we kind of all really need to hear right now. The one and only John Legend.
When you're weary and feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down
when you're down and out. Oh, when you're on the street. When evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. I'll take your part. Oh, when darkness comes and pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled waters. I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled waters. I will lay me down. God bless everybody. Thank you for supporting City Harvest. Thank you so much.
We are just about out of time on the Great New York Foodathon, supported by JP Morgan Chase. Remember, you can still help by donating what you can to cityharvest.org or donate $25 by texting Feed NYC to the number 20222 and help feed a whole family for an entire month. Thank you to all of our friends in the food and entertainment industry for letting us into their homes tonight. And thank you to City Harvest, the one and only City Harvest, for all the tremendous work that they do around the clock, let's see, for the last 38 years, to feed our neighbors. And a special thanks to all of you tonight for your incredible generosity and support of New Yorkers in need. And there's one more person to thank for producing this show and being the camera operator, my incredible wife, Margaret Zakarian.
We love you, New York.
Good night.
New York is adaptable.
New York City is magic.
I love New York for its resilience.
Resilient. Resilient.
Resilient.
Resilient.
Resilient.
New York is inclusive.
New York is tough.
New York is the world.
New York is thunderous.
New York is irrepressible.
New York is home.